Hi there, I'm Chef Dave Carey from Acosta Food Service. I want to thank you, everybody from Pandion Alliance, for the opportunity to show you a few items and a couple of ideas on some of your CMAs, most which are available through US Foods. We're going to talk about some noodles today from the Amoy company and some Purdue chicken, and do a few recipes incorporating some of the Sweet Baby Ray's sauces into this as well. I'm a big proponent of having multiple uses for different items, and as far as using minimal ingredients to create recipes that are good either for your tray line, your cafeteria, your catering aspects of your business. Also, a lot of things that we're going to look at today, particularly with the noodles, are great items for leftover utilization as well. So think about what comes back off the tray line and off the cafeteria and what you can do to multi-purpose it. We're going to start with some noodles from the Amoy company. So we're going to do a cold application first of all. We're going to be using a ramen noodle today, and you can see the way that these are packed is, for the most part, they're in a 4 or 5 pound case. And the cooking aspect of this, even though they're basically fully cooked, you want to put those in boiling water for about 5 minutes. And then you can either cool those on a sheet tray, or you can take them directly to service at that time. So we're going to do a cold application. What we're going to be using right here is the Purdue 1/2 inch white diced chicken, as with all Purdue products. Vegetarian fed, no antibiotics ever, no GMOs. This is about as clean as you can get as far as chicken. You're going to find lower sodium content in this chicken than your general diced chickens. So we're going to take a little bit of this, a little bit of the 1/2 inch, and we will add a little touch of celery, a few scallions. These are diced apples. We're going to throw a few apples in there, and then we're going to take some of the ramen noodles and put those right in there like that. And then what I have here is a Ken's apple cider vinaigrette dressing. You could use just about anything. You can use a basic balsamic, you can use a lemon vinaigrette, you can use a fig dressing. And I mixed it with about 50% of the Dannon low-fat plain yogurt, so that we have a little bit of this, and we're going to put some of that in there, a little bit more. Give this a few turns. And you have a lovely, fresh, springtime noodle salad here that has a nice citrus flavor with good quality ingredients, a lot of crunch with the apples and the celery in there. So there's your noodle salad. Most basic thing that we think about when you think that we would go to an Asian restaurant is that when we're going to get something like a lo mein. And so we're just going to do one real quick, utilizing the Sweet Baby Ray's sweet red chili and the Korean barbecue. The other thing that we're going to put in here while this heats up, I want to show you this chicken right here, and Chef Eddie's going to show this to you, is a relatively new item from Purdue. This is a chicken chunk. Comes fresh, 4 or 5 pounders, relatively consistent. It is random, but if you're cutting breast up for anything, this is a perfect item, and it's great for batch cooking where things are being done by scoop or by a ladle. I'm not going to bore you with having me watch me cook chicken, so I cooked it up ahead of time. So take a little chicken. Obviously, you can use any protein that you want in this. A little red onion in there, and a little carrot. And then we're going to add our noodles. Again, we've got the Sweet Baby Ray's Korean barbecue and the sweet red chili here. And we're going to take this, and one of the tricks too, keep in mind, is when you're using a Sweet Baby Ray's sauce, which is going to be about as authentic as you can get, is that because there isn't a sugar element in there, it will tighten up over time if it sits in the steam table too long. So go ahead and take a little chicken stock and add it to it, or a vegetable stock if that's what you prefer. And then we're going to take that, put it right there on that tray. Got that lovely no antibiotic ever chicken worked in there, and the crisp veggies. And you have a nice noodle. Now, the other thing, it goes without saying that the noodle bowl concept that is out there these days is growing. It's been popular many different places. There are a lot of different takes on it. It basically comes from Asia. Vietnam was well known for having pho, and some folks are going to call it pho, your choice. And what you would do is start basically with your bowl. You're going to take a few noodles and put them in there, and then add whatever you feel is appropriate, whatever you have at the time. We're going to do a little carrot, a little scallion here, maybe a touch of red onion. And then I've got my broth right here, and this is a basic chicken stock, and that is appropriate to use for this. But if you can tweak that a little bit with some basil, maybe some red pepper, that type of thing, it'll make it a little nicer. And then you would take your hot broth, you're gonna cover your noodles, you will garnish. In this case, we're gonna use a little Thai basil, a touch of cilantro, and just to give it a little zing, a little sriracha on top. So that's your noodle bowl concept. In your packet that Matt has sent out to you, there's a lovely piece from Amoy that talks about how to set up a whole noodle bowl and make it profitable, make it food safe, and utilize these to the best of your abilities. Thank you for listening, and I hope you found this informative. Any questions, we'd be more than happy to talk with you.